programa naglasili smo da je povodom 40-godišnjice Radio Šumadije i završetka emitovanja našeg programa na talasima Čin radio stanice, predsjednik Čin radio stanice, gospodin Leni Lombardi, uputio nam je pismenu čestitku koju ćete sada čuti.
I can tell you that all of us here at the station will miss you terribly. We have been so proud to have been the home of Radio SUMADIJA since May of 1970 and applaud the incredible legacy in broadcasting you have created in the span of 40 years. You and the program you created and nurtured over these years have served such an important role in development and reflection of the Serbian community here in Toronto and across southern Ontario. I know that my late father Johnny Lombardi was very fond of you and appreciated your hard work in making Radio SUMADIJA a resounding success from the outset. As a broadcaster, you have provided valuable opportunities to the many future broadcasters and journalists you and Diane have mentored over the many years. Radio SUMADIJA stands as an important pillar in the development of Chin Radio and the role that we play in the enhancement of multiculturalism in Toronto and Canada. And for this, we are most grateful to you. On behalf of my family, my sister Teresa, my wife Grace, and my extended family of Chin, we thank you for your leadership, dedication, and inspiration that you and the Radio SUMADIJA team have shown throughout your impressive broadcasting career. It has truly been an honor to have worked with you and your wife Diane over the years, and we wish you much happiness for the future. Sincerely, Lenny Lombardi, President of Chin Radio.
On behalf of Radio SUMADIJA, we extend sincere thanks to Chin's President Lenny Lombardi, who is listening into our program, for his very warm words and his good wishes. Indeed, we are leaving Chin with heavy hearts, but we are grateful to Chin for offering Radio SUMADIJA such an effective venue for the retention of our Serbian heritage. The late Johnny Lombardi, the father of multilingualism and founder of the first multilingual radio station in Canada, invited our Serbian community in 1970 to join the Chin family. For 40 years, Radio SUMADIJA has been grateful for this opportunity to share with our listeners many facets of our Serbian heritage in both Serbian and English. We aim to make Serbs feel proud of who we are as a people, what we have achieved, what we have endured throughout our long and painful history. Just who are we Serbs? What are we really like? In 1876, Tchaikovsky wrote Marš Slav in tribute to the heroism of Serbian soldiers, and French novelist Victor Hugo wrote this powerful observation: "It has become necessary to call the attention of European governments to a fact which is apparently so insignificant that the governments seem not to notice it. The fact is this: an entire people is being annihilated." Where? In Europe. Are there witnesses? One witness, the entire world. Do the governments see it? No. This is happening in Serbia. When will it stop? When will the suffering of this small heroic people cease? But it didn't cease throughout the 20th century or even the 21st. Before his retirement and death in 1958, Friedrich Griesendorf, a clergyman in the court of German Kaiser Wilhelm II, and after World War II a pastor in Eversberg, where a Serbian prisoners of war camp was located, delivered these words to his German parishioners. He said, "Our country, Germany, lost the war. The English, Americans, and Russians won, an explicit material victory. However, here among us is one nation that won another much more beautiful victory, a victory of the soul, a victory of the heart and honesty, a victory of peace and Christian love. They are the Serbs. We knew them earlier, some a little and some not at all. But we all knew what we did in their homeland. We killed hundreds of the Serbs who defended their country for one of our soldiers who represented the occupier, the oppressor. And not only that, we looked favorably when others from neighboring nations shot at the Serbs from all sides. Yet we knew that among us in the prisoner of war camps were 5,000 Serbian officers who earlier were the elite of their society, who now resembled living skeletons. We were truly afraid of the revenge by these Serbian martyrs. We were afraid that after our capitulation, they would do what we did to them. We imagined murder, plunder, rape, and demolition and destruction of our homes. However, what happened? When the barbed wires were torn down and 5,000 living Serbian skeletons found themselves free in our midst, they caressed our children. Only now can we understand why our greatest poet Goethe studied the Serbian language, why the last word for Bismarck on his deathbed was Serbia. That kind of victory is more sublime than a material victory. It seems to me that only the Serbs could win such a victory, being brought up in their Saint Sava spirit and epic poetry, which our Goethe loved so much. I wish to dedicate my last clergyman's sermon to that victory and the Serbs who won it. Over the past 20 years, as never before, Serbs have been vilified and silenced in their efforts to defend themselves and the honorable name they had earned over the centuries. In 1917, Cambridge University professor Harold Temperley wrote, "There is no race which has shown a more heroic desire for freedom than the Serbs, or achieved it with less aid from others, or at more sacrifice to itself." All these statements were as valid for the 1389 Battle of Kosovo to the tragedy of the 1990s right through to today. That is who we Serbs were, who we remain, and what Radio SUMADIJA has been saying for 4 decades. May the future be kinder to our Serbian people.
Hvala.